Come here!
Tonight, as the police in Manchester send in the dogs. Knives on the streets.
Drop the knife on the floor now!
Catching thieves red-handed.
That's one glove.
The spaniel with a nose for hot money.
Indicating on the bag.
Taking on the moors. On the right track.
It's just amazing what they can do. You've got to trust your dog.
"3 a.m. East Manchester. Thieves have broken into a store, trying to beat the credit crunch. This is a specialist discount shop, selling everything from household goods to clothing and suitcases. They have no idea they're caught on camera.
Delta 2.
Go on, mate.
They also don't know that a Greater Manchester Police dog team is in the area. German Shepherd Riley and handler PC Gareth Greaves are literally round the corner. 4-year-old Riley is a police dog born and bred in the GMP's own kennels. He's PC Greaves' first dog. They've been a team for the last 3 years.
He's my life, it's as simple as that. He's my best mate. He's someone I can rely on. I don't see him as a dog, I see him as a colleague. I work with him every day. I watch his back, he watches my back, and my whole world revolves around my dog.
PC Greaves' world is now revolving around the discount store and the 3 thieves inside.
Sometimes you can be driving around and every day in the cops you don't know what's going to happen. A lot of bags there as well, stacked up.
The load of bags are actually suitcases from the store put there by the burglars, and one of them is outside on guard.
I would look to my left and there's 4 pink suitcases. It's a bit strange, what's they doing there? And then I saw a lad stood near the suitcases and he might have been waving a flag at me, saying, I'm a bad guy.
Mia.
Greaves doesn't waste time when the bad guys wave, but he has no idea there's a robbery going on.
All it is, mate, I've stopped a lad and I need to go and check some property. I think I might have just found someone committing a burglary. I remember speaking to him and asking him what he's doing, and I had the tailgate open on the van at the time, and of course Riley's barking. Riley knows I've got someone there. And it was one of them, I'm on my own, I need to go and investigate what's going on.
The 2 thieves who were still inside the store now know they've been rumbled.
Oi! Oi! Come here!
PC Greaves has a dilemma. Hold on to the lad with the suitcases, or leave him and go after the others.
I quickly made the decision, I'm leaving this lad. He'll come again. I know CCTV are watching him, so they'll know where he goes. I'm going to go after the 2 that are running off. There's something clearly happening. Extra Delta 2 making off down the canal.
2 thieves making off means it's now Riley's turn to shine. While one German Shepherd is hard at work, another, Rosco, is sampling the night air. He and his handler, PC Don Whittaker, haven't started their shift yet.
He brought him here to give him a stretch of his legs and give me a stretch of my legs as well. You like coming here, don't you? In fact, you love coming here.
Rosco is 7½, one of the oldest dogs in Manchester's squad, with just 6 months to go before he must call it a day and retire. His full pedigree name is Rosco Bernstein the Enforcer. No wonder criminals stand little chance against him, or that PC Whittaker shortens it to Rosco. Like Riley, Rosco has a nose for thieves.
Loads and loads of occasions you could say that burglars would have got away, car thieves would have got away if it wasn't for that police dog basically doing what it's been trained to do. There's no words to compare it. It's a superb job. Really the best job in the world. Stay out. Good.
Rosco doesn't always appreciate his job. Even his handler admits he has moods and can be grumpy.
Let's go. Down. Down. Stay. He gets a little bit annoyed if you don't do something instantly. He's quite a grumpy dog when he's at work. Very controllable, and he's nice and other people around him. But he does tend to get a little bit... Grumpy's the best way of putting it if you don't do something instantly with him. Good lad.
Rosco might be about to get a whole lot grumpier.
Come.
Reports are coming in of another break-in. This time it's someone's home in South Manchester.
Thank you very much.
Neighbours say the person trying to get in is still there. In East Manchester, Riley is still tracking the 2 discount store thieves. He's pulling PC Greaves along at a fair old lick. They can't go any faster because it's too dangerous.
And on any normal night, you'd be able to send Riley and he'd make up that ground that you couldn't make up in 4 or 5 seconds. But where the lads ran across, it was a main road. You've got to make that judgment call, and the dog's eager to go, he wants to go. I can see him, Dad, let's go. And you can't, you've got to rein him in.
Riley doesn't like being reined in. Getting off the lead is the bit he wants.
You let the dog go and the dog quickly identifies where they've gone. Yeah, mate, they're into the building yard, the new building site. Get someone near Buxton Lane. These people, you'd be amazed how far they get in 30 seconds.
In South Manchester, Rosco and PC Whitaker are close to the scene of the reported house break-in. PC Whitaker is making a silent approach. No lights, no sirens. Hoping to catch the offender red-handed.
Yelp and wail sirens are a glorious thing. People can hear you coming from quite some distance, unfortunately, so can the criminal. And in the moment that they hear the siren, if they've not got what they wanted, they're off. To be honest with you, we're sneaky. We hunt people, that's our job. We get out, away from the address, and we'll walk into it. And you'll quite often catch them just going through the window, or preferably just coming out.
Catching them coming out is even easier when you pick the right street to park in.
Are you alright, pal? Stand there for us for a second. Stand against the wall there for us a second. Thank you. Yeah, with this male at the moment, he's got something to tell me.
PC Whitaker doesn't know who the man is, but he did have a letterbox in his hand. It's not his.
Right, just do us a favour, sit on the floor, yeah. No, it won't. Just sit on the floor. The dog won't bite you. I won't let it. Sit on the floor, and I'm happy with you then.
I'm not going to run away.
I prefer it if you sat on the floor. Thank you.
Making the man sit on the floor will not only help stop him from running away,
Quiet.
it calms Rosco down as well.
Damage to someone. I'll get some more officers here to have a quick word with you, all right?
That's not that long, yeah.
You stay sat on the floor. I've got this male detained at this moment in time on suspicion of criminal damage at this stage. That's what I need somebody else here for. I'll let him know what he's under arrest for as soon as I've found out what's going on there. It soon became apparent to me this is just some young lad that's been out on the lash tonight with his mates, got separated from them, gone back to his mate's house, knocked on the door, mate's not answered, so he's thought, I'll bang on the door a little bit harder then. The dog treats things like that exactly the same as a normal job.
The man may be the worse for wear after a night out, but criminal damage cannot be taken lightly.
Right, I'm going to tell you now I've put the dog away. At this moment in time, I'll arrest you on suspicion of criminal damage at the very least. You've got the front of a letterbox to some house there, yeah? You don't have to say anything, it may on the defence if you don't mention and question stuff which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given you evidence.
You know, no trouble intended at all. I'll look and say no trouble intended.
Right. Okay.
While he was banging on his mate's door with no trouble intended, the man damaged more than the letterbox.
You can see on the door there, someone's been kicking and pushing away. The letterbox cover is missing and the top right hand pane of glass is smashed, so he'll be coming in, basically. care, fella. Just watch your head as you're getting in the van there. Hopefully they can get us a room now. It's been a very busy night on this division.
And this is just the start of it. Coming up, can Riley find the discount store thieves?
Trying to pin them down. They're definitely coming here because the dog was all over.
And Smut, the Welsh Springer Spaniel, goes looking for Smack.
Up here, come.
In East Manchester, the hunt continues for the two young men who broke into a discount store. Riley and PC Gareth Greaves believe they are still on the right track.
Just trying to pin them down. They're definitely coming here because the dog was all over.
All over means a fast ride for Greaves. Riley is making light of the terrain and the darkness.
Yeah, two white males all dressed in black. They've got quite a bit of ground on me. The dog's just searching now.
PC Greaves' job, like all handlers in hot pursuits, not only entails keeping up with his dog, it also involves giving precise directions and instructions to the other officers trying to cut fugitives off.
He's tracked him into a building site and then he's lost the track inside the building site. I think they've gone over the fence, mate. So it's either Fairfield Road or Buxton Road, and but they had about 400 metres on us.
Riley and Greaves may have lost their suspects, but they still have the evidence of the crime, the suitcases. The bags aren't empty. The thieves took them to cart off the goods they were stealing from the discount store.
And these people had emptied, I think, over 30 suitcases in the store and filled them up with stock, and they were just wheeling them away. So when you look at it like that, it's a great result. It's a result that's turned out of nothing.
Out of nothing means Riley and Greaves being in the right place at the wrong time for the thieves. Had they got away with it, the discount store would have lost £19,000. And there's more good news.
Go on, mate.
Yeah, there's 3 people now just from the other side of that building site. I've got one lad in the red sprayway.
The good thing was, patrols had gone and plotted up where we'd said they were heading. They managed to catch the offenders. And to people, that might be the dog's done nothing, but my dog's identified where they've gone, where they're going.
Despite the recovery of the suitcases full of stolen property, only one of the 3 men arrested was convicted of the burglary. But PC Greaves is still content.
Because I know in my head, even though Riley hasn't caught him and I haven't caught him, I knew he was on the right way and he was going the right way.
Burglars are not the only scourge of Manchester's dog squad. Last year, the city was named and shamed as the car crime capital of Britain. Crime which involves far more than thefts and joyriding. In a city of more than 2.5 million people, cars and drugs are being increasingly linked. And that's where the specialists come in, sniffing out the evidence. In Bolton, it's Smut's expert nose that's needed today. 5-year-old Smut is a former gun dog, a Welsh Springer Spaniel who was treated badly and joined the police 3.5 years ago. His handler, PC Rob Carlin, is a dog squad veteran with 7 years service.
Smut is a friendly dog and he does like people, but he's more of a loner, if you like. He's a very good dog to work out on the streets. I've had some really good finds with him.
Smut's job today is to find really good evidence to help convict a suspected drug dealer. He was arrested last night and the drug squad have seized 3 cars which they believe he's been using to work from. Amphetamines and cannabis have already been found by the human search team. Now it's up to Smut to use his powerful nose to see if he can find anything else.
Really interested in all around the footwells behind both the driver's and the passenger's seat.
Smut is trained to find not only drugs, but firearms and money too.
But it is a team effort. There are areas that you won't be able to get to. And the search teams can do those. And then there are areas where you could hide something where a search team would never find it, but a dog will.
Here, what's this one? Good luck.
As Smut goes to work, other members of Manchester's dog squad are about to start a search. On the moors outside the city, 5 of the force's finest trackers are up for the regular animal MOT. They're going to spend the next 3 hours proving to an examiner that they have still got what it takes to be in the unit.
What we're going to do is we're just going to drop these, and whoever gets it, gets it.
Paul Quinlan is a top police dog instructor, a man with high standards.
And what we're going to do is do like a practical type track where all varying terrain and across streams, up and down the hillside and everything.
Among those going across the streams are Riley and PC Greaves, fresh from their hot pursuit of the suitcase gang. Even after doing the real thing, Greaves is happy to be tested.
The more you practice it, the fitter the dog comes. It's like an athlete. The more they practice their event, they're going to get better at it. Just like my dog, the more he practices tracking, searching, the better he gets. So these days might look very nice and a nice brisk walk in the country. I can assure you they're not. They're extremely hard for us as handlers. We're walking 5 or 6 miles, and all that time you're tracking with your dog.
What makes it even harder is the fact that this is a pass-fail examination. Flunk it, and you're out of the dog squad. It's also crunch time for Oscar and his handler, PC Paul Logan. They've only been working together for a year. At 8 stone, Oscar is the biggest dog of the unit, a force to be reckoned with.
One of his ears is bent over and never comes up. Everybody thinks he's just a big, soft, cuddly bear, and he loves being played with at home. With 2 children, they play with him in the back garden for hours on end. But as soon as he comes into work, he's a completely different animal. He knows the role he's got to do, and he performs it very well.
What we're going to do is we're going to put a pole in here, which just indicates to the handler
The dogs
the
are
start
going
of the
to
track.
have to track examiner Quinlan for more than 5 miles across the moors. He's already an hour ahead of them, leaving behind clues and his scent. These tests happen at least 8 times a year, every year.
We have to train the dogs every 6 weeks for 3 days to keep up their licence that the Home Office gives them. Their abilities are tested, searching for property, tracking, searching for offenders, and you have to pass those 3 days. If you don't pass the 3 days, you don't get your licence and you're not allowed to carry on working the streets, and it is very strict. The pressure is quite high.
What we're doing here now is just putting down an article, and it's an article with human scent on, so the dogs are trained. If they come across an article with human scent on, they'll stop and indicate to the handler.
The test is a relay. Each dog will take a turn leading the others along the trail. Examiner Quinlan marks the end of each leg with a pole and a reward.
Whoa! Nearly.
The lead dog's favourite toy.
We're now putting the dog's reward down here, and we're going to do the changeover.
Quinlan is now nearly 2 miles away from the start point, far enough for the 5 dogs to be set off. The hunt is on.
Where?
In central Manchester, Welsh Spaniel Smut is still working to earn his reward.
Footwell's behind the...
What's this? Good boy.
Evidence which will confirm that the man who uses the 3 cars seized by the drug squad is a dealer.
Driver's seat as well. He's trying to get his head
He's on the second car.
Good boy, come.
You never take your eyes off the dog. You're watching his demeanour. His demeanour might change slightly. If there have been drugs in the vehicle, he might get into a scent pattern, and you can see the changes. Sometimes they'll be searching, and it might be just a turn of his head that might be, we call it a knock.
Good boy, come.
So you've just got to really be able to read the dog well and make sure that, watch where he's searched and put him to where he hasn't been.
Indicating on the bag. Well, been cannabis recovered.
Cannabis recovered means the human search team found it. Traces have been left behind. Smut isn't fooled.
Good boy. What's this? Smoke paper?
There are no signs of any other drugs. With only one car left to search, it's not looking good. On the Lancashire moors, everyone has high hopes. The German shepherds are off and running.
That's a good boy, son.
All 5 need to complete the course if they are to retain their police licenses. The examiner is setting a long and tortuous track. A marathon. One that PC Greaves isn't taken for granted. Especially where Riley's concerned.
He's going to be out there for a good 2 hours before he starts doing his trap today, so I reckon, you know, today he's going to be tracking for at least 3.5 hours, so it all depends on the weather and how fit your dog is, a lot of things as well. That's why I'm lucky, because my dog's well fit.
Being well fit is vital. Dogs have already been tracking for more than an hour.
Oh, you dick.
2 miles ahead, Examiner Quinlan is still planting things for the dogs to find. And he isn't making it any easier for anyone.
And that is definitely deeper than I thought.
River crossings are important. Criminals never worry about getting wet when they're on the run.
What we've done is we've come over a good distance, a good terrain, and what it does is it builds stamina up for the handler. It gets them used to working for longer and longer. They build up endurance and fitness and everything.
It's not all about endurance. Quinlan wants to see if the dogs can be thrown off the track by only pretending to cross the river again.
Because we've crossed the river quite a few times, I'm coming right to the river's edge, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to cross, I'm going to branch off. So it'll make the handler think that I've crossed, and then it's something for him to work out that I haven't actually crossed the river. Just a bit of fun for the handler and the dog. Here's the fine article now, that's it. Completed the track, so everybody can get back to the van, have a rest, get dried off, and we've done.
No one's done yet. Particularly Oscar and PC Loden must now take the lead.
Yeah, good lad.
In Manchester, the pressure is also on for Smut. He started to search the last of the 3 cars used by the suspected drug dealer.
He's just indicated on the centre console there.
Almost immediately when he went into the car, I knew he was onto something. His demeanour had changed, he'd gone up a gear, we say. He starts searching a bit more quickly. You can see he's excited, he's trying to get to the source.
Getting impatient now. Come on, good boy.
PC Carlin doesn't examine the areas that Smut indicates are of interest until he's finished. It would disturb the scent pattern in the car. Only when Smut has completed the search will Carlin come into play.
Come here. Come.
Smut might have been trained to find drugs, but he needs PC Carlin to identify them, especially when they're ones he isn't used for.
We've got 2 bags of prescription drugs, basically. There are elements in prescription drugs which are similar to the drugs that we train with. He's almost using his own brain, if you like. He's got into a scent pattern, which is something slightly different to that he's been trained on. But it's good, really, in a sense that he is doing that, because if they're mixing drugs, it's good that the dog is going to try and find that substance. Again, more prescription drugs in here, cocoa, the malt.
These drugs aren't illegal, and there's only one place left to look. Under the dashboard, where Smut got excited.
Yeah, the dog indicated in this area as well. There we are. That'll be what is indicated on the dog's cash trained, as well as drugs, firearms, and as you can see, there's quite a substantial amount of cash in the wallet. Quite sure they'll want to be seizing that.
The owner of the car will have some explaining to do. Having a large amount of cash hidden under your dashboard doesn't prove you're a drug dealer, but it does make the police suspicious.
You always feel good when you get fined, because that's what you're trained to do. I could search a vehicle myself and a dog will go in and find something, because there's just so many hiding places that a dog isn't using his eyes and there's no preconceptions of it. He'll just go to wherever the smell is.
German Shepherd Oscar also wants to know where the smell is, the one left by Examiner Quinlan. PC Loden knows this is the moment his dog must prove his worth.
Oh, yeah. The reason why we come out here is because the train is so different to what they're used to every day. The dogs have got to use the nose a lot better, and they've got to be more focused on what they're doing. And if they can do it right here, with so many other different distractions like animals in the field, different terrains that they're going to be crossing, like rivers, grass, wooded areas, things like that, then they'll be better when we're working in the city areas.
Like everyone else, Oscar's looking for not only the crafty examiner, but also his favourite toy.
Yay! Good boy! Easy, come here. Leave it. Good boy. Yay! Come on, us.
4 of the 5 trackers have now found their rewards, and only Riley and PC Greaves remain. The last leg.
There is pressure. We always put pressure on ourselves. We're in a very privileged position. I'm in a privileged position. I'm doing the job of my dreams. And I'm going to work damn hard to keep that job. I'm not going to let my training slip, just let Riley down.
The training now facing a stern test. This is where Examiner Quinlan pretended to cross the river. Riley's too smart to fall for that.
Yeah! There you go! Oh, he's a good lad! Good lad!
That makes every bit of dog handling worthwhile. I mean, any misconceptions people have got about, when you're running away from a police dog and if we go through water we'll get away. As we've just proven to you all, don't matter where you go, even if you cross the river, I'll still find you and Riley will find you.
Coming up, the man in black.
Move away from that knife into the road!
Riley and Greaves, back on the streets. North Manchester. Burglars are again causing problems for the dog squad, and Rosco and his handler, PC Don Whisker, are on the way.
Nice one, mate. I'll be there in a minute or 2.
7-year-old Rosco and PC Whitaker have been together for 6 years. They're one of the most experienced teams in the unit. Rosco's also an ace at tracking fugitives. But this time he won't have to do that. Local officers have caught 3 men after a long foot chase. They are sure they are the same men who broke down a door to someone's house.
That way.
Right.
3 lads kicked it in, one's wearing red gloves. I know for a fact they've dropped the red gloves halfway along the riverbank and halfway along the route.
Roscoe's job is to find the red gloves, so forensics can try and link them to the suspects. That means retracing the route of the chase, which was over 2 miles of remote farmland.
They've requested me to do what we call a backtrack, which is the opposite to looking for somebody that's run away from you. You're looking for the route that they've taken, in case they have discarded something. really been through the undergrowth, these guys, to be honest with you. They've been all over the place.
All over the place means the red gloves could be well hidden.
We went through some quite dense woodland, to say the least. I'm still picking thorns out of my arms now. Yes.
The suspects were also seen with a motorbike before they entered the woods.
The dog took me through the wooded area, across a playing field, through another bit of a wooded area, and then came up to a motorbike that was going to be a getaway vehicle. Take it somebody else jumped off that, so... Is that what they were going to get away on? Right, nice. The dog's recovered the bike, so I know that, yes, I'm definitely onto the right scent here. That bearing ties then into this bike. Well done, dog. Let's do it. Come on, sit up. I'll just have to cast him around a little bit, see if we can pick it up again.
Rosco needs to locate the red gloves, and quickly. The light's fading fast. The night shift has already begun, and there's a call to another break-in. PC Gareth Reeves and his German Shepherd Riley are on it in a brand new, specially modified dog car driven by a highly trained police pursuit driver. It's Manchester's latest weapon in the crime wars, getting dogs and their handlers to the scene more quickly.
It gives an handler a brilliant aspect of his job. You sit in the passenger seat, all you have to worry about is handling your dog. The dog is in the back, it's not in the rear, there's no back seats, it's there. And we're being driven around by an advanced driver. It's a very fast-paced, high-pressure job.
The dog car has a top speed of 170 miles an hour. The dog van does no more than 70.
Roger, thank you.
Looks after the dog! Come on, outside the dog! She lost water! Come on, outside the dog!
The break-in is at a railway yard. An alarm alerted the police. No one knows what they were after. But the manager says there's an office full of computers. The burglars might still be inside.
All we're doing now is Riley's searching. We'll give him his head as best I can, but I can direct him left or right if I need be. He's showing a lot of interest.
The interest is of no use. Riley's reached a dead end.
No, mate.
A locked gate.
No, no. Down. Stay.
The building which contains the computers is behind that gate, in a locked compound. Greaves has no option. Wait for a man with a key. To the north, Rosco and PC Whitaker are still looking for the red gloves dropped by burglars during a foot chase. Having found the motorbike, PC Whitaker thinks they're getting close.
That's a puppy. I could tell it's changed completely from the way he was when we were tracking. He's a lot slower now because he's looking for something.
Looking for something means Rosco has a firm scent. But no human being to go with it.
The moment it hits a scent, his nose will go down, bump, and then it drives, it pulls away from you. So then you know that you're onto something.
The something is what they've all been looking for. Or at least part of it.
That's one glove. He pulled over there. You get an immense feeling of satisfaction. You're tired, the dog's tired, but when you actually find whatever it is you're looking for, it's all forgotten because, yeah, they've done a great job.
It can only truly be a great job when they have both gloves.
Stay.
After 2 miles of tracking, mostly in the dark, Rosco has found the evidence which the police who arrested the suspects wanted. Finding the motorbike was a bonus.
I think that's going to be it, to be honest with you, from what we've got there. You'll be having a big bone for tea tonight. It's great, it's like winning the lottery. Every time it happens, it's like winning the lottery.
In the railway yard, Riley and Greaves are not even close to winning. They've been waiting for a man with a key for 20 minutes. Despite the delay for Riley, the trail is still hot. But inside the building where the computers are, there's no sign of the burglars.
The drawers were open, the computers had been knocked over. And then you know someone's been in, and you can tell by your dog's body language he's very hyper, he's running around, he's indicating on everything.
They've been in all the cupboards, smashed everything.
The bond is with my dog is, I know he's going to look after me, and I know I'm going to look after that dog, so you kind of forget your fear.
Good boy, come on. Come on,
Riley's
it's okay.
nervous,
Come on.
not afraid of possible
Riley.
criminals.
Riley.
He doesn't like open
Hold it then,
stairways where
fella.
he can see the ground.
Good lad, good boy. Come here, pal. Where is it?
The warehouse also contains valuable railway maintenance equipment, and signs of the intruders are everywhere.
You can almost paint a picture of what they've done, how they've broken in, what they've gone for, and then the route taken.
The route leads outside to where someone has obviously made a stash.
See, there's a lot of tools here stacked up, which I don't think would normally be out here. See, and he's touching them. Riley, that to me is showing me that someone has had hold of these.
Riley's not only found the stolen goods, he's also sussed the escape route.
I think they've come in and out of here, mate, because he's all
Yeah,
over the
Roger,
place.
the dog's indicated that they think this is the way they've left.
It is extremely frustrating. It's frustrating for the dog, because the dog knows as well. The dog's trying to tell you, come on, Dad, they've gone there, let's go. And no, son, we can't, because you'll get hurt. And it is a sickening feeling, because no dog handler likes people getting away.
Riley may be finished. PC Greaves isn't. His dog needs a once-over.
Obviously, what I like to do after each search, I mean, there was a bit in there where there's a bit of glass, but I just like to check his paws, make sure he's all right. He's worked hard.
In southern Manchester, CCTV operators are watching a man in black. They think he's carrying a knife. Officers are being rushed to the location. So too are Rosco and CC Don Whittaker.
8122, it's around the corner. We set off, and what's going through my mind then is, right, okay, this person has got a knife. What size knife is it? How is it going to be with me? It's a dangerous situation, and you've got to formulate in your mind as you go into the job what you're going to do, and you've got to try and think of the various outcomes of it.
For PC Whittaker, various outcomes include having to put Roscoe between himself and the knife man.
Roscoe! Quiet!
I obviously want to stop that person injuring himself or injuring other people, and I don't want my dog to get injured either, and that's a big concern for me.
The man in black shows no sign of running, even though local beat officers have arrived. They won't tackle the man. That's a job for Roscoe and PC Whittaker, who needs help from the CCTV operators.
What hand's he got the knife in, please?
He's got it in his right hand.
There's no need for Whittaker and Roscoe to rush in. The man in black isn't going anywhere fast. While PC Whittaker slows things down, PC Greaves is flat out. After a car has been driven away from traffic cops.
That's Alpha 26. Hannah, stay where you are. I'll come to you.
The car, which failed to stop, has now done so. But one of the three people in it has run away.
I'm just right on the junction here, and he can't have gone very far from where I am within the estate.
The new, fast dog car has made a difference. A big one.
He got us there within 2 minutes, and that's brilliant for us. One male had made off into the estate. They'd given chase, but then they'd lost him. So that's when Riley comes into his own. It's late at night, there's no one else around. And immediately he identified a track for me. Go on.
And it's a fresh one.
He's tracking him, mate.
As Riley gets the scent, coming up. The man in black must decide what to do about Rosco and PC Whitaker.
Drop the knife on the floor now!
In North Manchester, Riley and PC Gareth Greaves are still hunting for the man who ran from police after a car chase. 2 others are in custody. A crowbar and hammer were found in the boot of the car.
Okay, figure it out.
Go ahead.
Riley's got a strong scent, and his handler knows they're onto something.
Good lad. Good boy.
A belt buckle.
He's lost his belt, so...
It might belong to the man who ran from the car. PC Greaves has no way of knowing for certain. He can only let Riley have his head.
There's times on the track all the time when, again, you think, oh, we've lost him. And it's that little bit of, you've got to trust your dog.
Track ends.
Greaves has also got to trust his fellow officers, who are sure the runaway has not left the area.
Right, darling. Right, where have you lost him?
Before I've got here, I've lost sight of him, so he's not made it to here.
Right, okay.
So it's somewhere between
There.
where he's running from the car
Yeah.
and he.
Right.
So I've just stayed here.
All right, mate.
There's a chance Riley may not have been on the right track after all.
Where's he from? Where is he?
To the south, the man in black with the knife is still walking, being followed on CCTV and by beat officers with radios. PC Whitaker and his German Shepherd Rosco are also on the move.
I wouldn't purposely go out and put my dog at risk. But yeah, if you've got to use a dog, then you've got to use the dog in that situation. And if the outcome is that the dog's injured, or God forbid he dies, then unfortunately that's the case.
You, stand still.
He ignored me initially.
You, stand still! Stand still!
Moved a little bit closer to him, challenged him again. He stopped and basically, it was quite strange actually, just stopped and turned to look at me. As he did so, he just turned side on, and then I could see the size of this knife, and it was huge.
Put the knife on the floor now! Drop the knife on the floor now! Stay back there, just stay back there. Drop the knife on the floor now! From that knife into the road!
I was about to let go of the dog, and he dropped the knife on the floor.
Move into the road! Move into the road! Lie on the floor! Lie on the floor! Lie down on the floor! Put your arms out where we can see him. Get that hand out of that pocket.
Nobody's going to not comply with the police when they've got 38 kilos of German Shepherd snarling and barking at them. They're going to do exactly as they're told.
On your feet this side. Right.
The man hasn't threatened anyone with a knife. Why he had it on the street is a mystery.
Right, ready?
But he no longer has it as a relief for everyone.
So we've got Bassons and CS, but they don't always work. It's always reassuring to have a dog there, because obviously people tend to react a lot more to the dogs than they do to us.
Riley is also hoping someone reacts to him. He may have lost the track of the runaway he's looking for, but PC Greaves knows he won't give up until he's found it again, and the person who left it.
Took me to 2-3 gardens. And it was like clear as day, the dog's tracking, and he's that concentrated.
Yeah, mate. You need to come out here, young man.
And there's this lad just out of breath, sweating.
He's there. Good lad, Riley. Good lad. You watch him. Watch him, son. Good boy. And it's again, it shows what the dogs can do when they're given the chance. We wouldn't have found him. I wouldn't have found him on his own. He was very well hidden. Extra Alpha 26.
PC Greaves doesn't know for sure that they've got the right man. Or that he's guilty of
Yeah, the mail
anything.
is made off from Dick Talton with the car.
One thing's for sure, this one's got a problem with his trousers.
He broke his belt halfway around, mate, that's it. I know! You found him, didn't you? It's just amazing what they can do. They're so impartial, they just take us to what they know. If I could see and smell what Riley sees, it'd be amazing.
The runaway had done nothing wrong. He says he panicked when he heard the police sirens. No charges were brought. But Riley has shown once again that he's a cut above the rest.
Because I've had him 4 years now, and there's not a day that goes by that he doesn't amaze me in what he can do. Good boy, son. If the dog could speak and drive, I'd be out of a job.